What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat.
Yeah, what they said.
Not
They.
what they
He
said. Y'all, Survivor is back.
We back.
We made it.
How we feeling?
We aight. I mean, we making it.
You know what? I don't think there's anyone on this cast I dislike yet, except for everyone that Eric drafted. But outside of that,
why y'all?
Matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft list while we talking about it. Yeah, everybody that Eric got. Yep.
Hey, Carrie.
Y'all are terrible.
That's
oh man.
Hey, Care Bear.
But no, it's Survivor season. It's fun. It hasn't felt like that long since last season. Mm-hmm. But man, it's crazy. We're just inching closer to 50, and I feel bad that everyone's already eyeballs of 50. Oh, but no, this was an okay first episode.
It dragged. I ain't gonna lie. They was dragging me because
it was at about 8:15. From 8:15 to 8:39. I was like, come on now. Come on, let's go.
And if y'all are not new here,
Carrie, I'm in the bed. That's the new location.
Screaming
upstairs.
For those who are not new here, y'all already know how we feel about the challenges. But for those who are new, we do not care about these challenges. If we could fast forward through them, we would. We can't stand the challenges. And so we give very minimal time to them unless something like specific happens or something funny or crazy happens. So for us to be in our group chat, like, so when the challenge actually, because
like it's been on for a little minute now.
Like, I know we say we want tribe dynamics, which they gave us plenty of. They did. We was just kind of like, all right, you know that is it Forrest Gump meme when he checking his watch? Is that Forrest Gump? I can't remember. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it's somebody, one of them weird characters that they be having on TV and movie. He's checking his watch, and it's like, all right, anytime, Jeff. We ready when you are.
It was interesting when we got to like the third cycle of tribe dynamics. Like, of course, it goes orange, green, purple, and it goes in that order. And we got to like cycle number 3, and I'm like, wait, how are we on the third cycle of this? But man, 2-hour premiere, made through episode 1. I think everything else is 90 minutes, but
yeah, I agree. I think that is what it is. So we got video openers.
This was cute. This was cute.
It. I did. Trees, did you like it?
I should do that more often. Yeah. Because y'all know me. Y'all know I relate everything back to Big Brother. Because that is my one true love. It was very reminiscent of getting the call, like, hey. And yes, they should keep that. I like that a lot. They're like genuine reactions. Mm-hmm. I like that a lot.
Just like how Big Brother has their genuine reaction to the keys. Those are always so genuine.
Okay, those might not be that genuine, but you get what I'm saying.
We know
no, you're so right.
You get what I'm right.
It's the thought of it, right? Like, that's what it's Big Brother. Why y'all not taking notes? Y'all on the same network. Y'all see what works for other shows. Why are we not taking? It's okay to steal for the betterment of your show. I believe in stealing ideas. Although we'll know that you're stealing from an idea, but that's okay. Just make our show better. And I 100% agree. I think we need key moments. Even if it can't be the key, we need to see the moment you really
the pure joy. There's probably no better, even when they're on the island. And of course, I don't know this feeling, but man, just getting told that you're going on Survivor has to be up there, even higher than being on the island, because you're like, oh, we already made it. You don't expect to get on Survivor, and that was cool to see for so many people.
Yeah, I loved it. Thought that was great. So keep that in there, Survivor people. Keep that. So then we get to Jeff. You know, he's obviously, trying to get to know some of the people. He's asking them questions. You right there in the front. Who are you? Why are you here? What have you seen? You got, I believe it was Chrissy, the first person he asked.
Maybe you had Mitch.
It was Mitch, then Chrissy, I think. regardless of order. They was all and then Kevin, they all talk too much. Why are you telling these people you've been watching this show for 30 years?
Because it's survived. Everyone's watched this show for 30 years. Man. And if they've been alive for 24 years, they went back and watched 30 years worth of Survivors.
They definitely did.
This is even if I had seen every single episode, I would have went on there and been like, I am a new fan to Survivor. I only started 3 seasons ago, but I did go back and I have seen 10 seasons. That's a reasonable number. Where they don't think I'm like a crazy super fan, but they're like, oh, she know a little
like
bit.
Kevin,
even though I'm lying and seen all of them.
My draft pick, love Kevin down. But why are you mentioning specific? Oh, this reminded me of such and such season back in Cook Islands. Oh, this reminded me of David versus you showed me, old, middle, and new age.
Right.
He even said Yule's last name, and it's not crazy to know these people's last names, but still, I'd be like, oh, that guy Yule, I really liked him. Now you out here doing full governments. Crazy.
You had everything. You knew his height. You knew his weight. You knew the width of his pants.
You knew it all.
all of it. And that's a threat. I mean, I'm glad that you're a mental threat like that. Like, you know the game and you appreciate the game, Kevin, because you're on my draft. That's why I picked you.
No, Kevin, we don't appreciate none of it. You're going to have to go home because you're on Eric's draft.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Let's unpack this real quick because why is it my draft?
Let's unpack it. We want you to lose.
Why though?
Simple as that. Simple as that.
Because it's just more fun when you do.
Imagine Eric loses 4 people with pre-merge. Oh.
Every draft y'all had was gonna crumble.
Man.
But coming against me,
listen, I almost crumbled tonight. I almost was out of there.
You was on the edge, girl. I thought I was out of here because I was on my way out.
I thought that was good. Oh, Lordy.
But we'll get to that. So after their little introduction, they get right into the obstacle course. And the first thing I hear, my shoulder. Oh, my shoulder. I said, now who?
My
Shayla. I'm like, who is this hollering about their shoulder already? And at first I thought it was Mitch, because that's what it looked like. But then I got this. I was like, oh no, that's the Green Tribe. That's Byyyeee. And I almost said.
We know what Eric's almost. Well, the 3 of us know what Eric almost said.
Eli.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess it up whole season. I am.
That's crazy to put that on me. But no, it was Eric's guy Kevin who messed up his shoulder. He did. Apparently dislocated it. I'm surprised that they didn't spend any extra time showing them popping back in.
Right. They said, let's get to it.
They said, we're going to skip that. I was like, dang, that's kind of something, that's important because, if he's a little bit weaker, it's like, oh, okay, well, we know he dislocated his shoulder and he's still pushing it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
edit-wise, that's probably good for him, though, that they just kind of molded over. It's not going to be a lingering thing. It's just like, oh, he hurt his shoulder. His shoulder's good now. And
right, Tony. Welcome back. And it's so funny that you mentioned this because me and Teresa's very first season outside of season 41, the first season we went back and watched was Heroes versus Villains. And that's the first thing that Teresa mentioned, like, oh, they knocking folks' shoulders out of place.
I would never forget that. I said, like, that's okay. Like, right. Survivor had me by the hook right there. I said, oh, we snapping shoulders out of place and we all right. I said, well,
yes. Heroes versus Villains definitely gave us an intro to the Survivor world. So for him to pop it out like that, like I think it would have been nice to see, but I think it also it would have been kind of jarring to kind of jump right into that challenge, back into the challenge, like that they stopped everything, checked on him, and then went back to it. So I understand them glazing over it a little bit, but they could have at least gave him a confessional talking about it or something. Like,
shoot, all of his confessionals was, oh, I messed up the challenge. I need to redeem myself because I hurt my shoulder. Man, you can't control his shoulder injury.
You can't control it. But I was getting nervous for him because I'm like, oh Lord, last time somebody got hurt this early, we know they be on the edge and folks be want to sit them.
Yep, exactly.
So, lucky for him, he had an opportunity to redeem himself a little bit later on. So after that, Loggy just ate them all up in that little initial challenge.
Who is Loggy?
That's Purple. And y'all, are they losing a challenge? And I know it's easy to overhype it, but man, they got a squad. They got a squad.
They do.
Now listen, the only thing I know is orange. Which one is orange? Who's orange?
Orange
That's
is Siva, the sun.
I know orange, Volva, and green. That's all I know.
Green is Byyyeee. Green is Byyyeee.
Oh, purple.
Purple is Loggy. So I liked, Treese, if this helps you too, if you don't want to remember colors, like I like that Jeff told us what they mean. He needs to do this more often. Tell us what these
he did say
mean.
Orange is the sun.
Green is the moon.
And then I think I went to the bathroom after that.
Yeah, green is the moon and purple is the sky.
Green is the moon and purple is the sky.
Not the colors though. It's by the names, not the colors.
Oh.
Yeah. Siva means the sun.
Close enough.
Okay, yes. Okay.
That's what Eric almost said. And he ain't gonna say that he almost said it, but Eric almost said that early on, letting it slip early.
I did almost say it earlier because when Eli texted us the names of the tribe before today, it was yesterday, I believe, or Monday, and I didn't have my glasses. I said, they got a team named Volva? Why would they do that? And so that's like our little running joke now. So
listen, I ain't gonna even lie. If all the men get eliminated, that would be kind of ill. I ain't gonna even lie.
We
like if all the men on there got eliminated, that'd be kind of dope.
Well, we just lost we might have just lost the woman. We might have just lost the women on that.
I would be pissed if I came out and y'all was calling me the Volva. I'd be like, hell no. Nah.
You're so right, Tony, because we're looking at them dynamics over there on the Sky Tribe, and it's like, let's be for real. Like, that is not okay.
Let me see. Who all on the Purple Tribe? We got Joe, Bianca, how you say that man name?
Shaheen.
Okay. Him, Star, Thomas, and Eva. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
I 4 out of 6 athletes.
I see what you're doing there. That's not bad.
And Thomas ain't no scrub, and Bianca can chill. She can sit out of challenges at this point. Bianca Thomas can alternate sitting out.
Pretty solid team, honestly. Pretty solid.
Shahi, yeah, it's Shahi.
Shahi, okay.
Well, so there's no "een" in it. I thought I heard an "een." Okay.
Wait, Shahi?
No, it's definitely he. I heard the E sound. Shahi.
Okay, Shahi. Okay.
I guess the N is silent. Shahi.
I thought I was spelling it wrong. I said, I don't know what I was saying. I was in the middle of the night doing. I said, I thought it was Sean. I said, Lord, what am I spelling?
I did too.
I thought I was messed up.
Because I have a friend named Shahim. But it's him. Oh, him with an M. Shahim.
Okay. Cool.
Got it. I like that name.
Give me about 2 or 3 episodes and then I'm gonna get it right. I be messing up people's names.
That's pretty. I like the name. OMG, Shaheen. Oh, see, Shaheen.
Yeah.
Tony, you got us messed up.
Spell check. Spell check.
We gonna be calling him out. Shot.
Shabuya. Where did the F
Shabuya.
Oh man,
that's his name.
But yeah, back to the challenge. Purple was pretty much up the whole time, and of course, there's another obstacle course. Same old. These chairs, climb through a net, pick yourself up, get a key.
Yeah.
And yeah, Purple dominated, and of course, this is for Flint
equipment
and a machete. Yeah, the initial equipment, and yeah, Purple kind of dominates.
Yep. Then they take us on today. Well, they make a decision, the other 2 tribes, who they want to send to battle to go get some, supplies for the team.
Mm-hmm.
And Byyyeee and Siva choose Kyle and Kevin, and to go face off in whatever journey they need to face off in to get supplies. Before we get to them, they take us to Thomas's tribe. Is that Purple?
That is Purple. That is
Loggy's tribe, and he's listening to everybody around. They telling how they athletes, how they this.
I like Thomas,
and I know, right? And so he's just kind of like, I'm trying to sit back and see where I can fit in. I'm a music publisher, and these people are just athletes, and I just know I don't fit in. But me and Bianca, we tight. We got a little bond over here, so that's my girl. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy I found you. And they got a little thing going on. But Thomas, don't doubt yourself, because we see him bonding with Shaheem and
Joe.
With Joe really well, and they have a little bond going on. He's like, hold on, I didn't think I could do this, but hey, you know. So I like that, seeing that dynamic, seeing how people are navigating all of this. Then we move to the Orange Tribe, which is Siva, and you have David and Chrissy are kind of like the focus this first go around. You know, David talking about his personality, how amazing he is, how he's an actor, and how, you know, he can kind of fit in any way he needs to. He can be the hero if need be, but he also may be the villain. It just depends on how he's going to play the game. But he seems to not just be muscle, but he's actually really good socially, and people really like him and trust him. And we find out later on that he's pretty much a regular guy trapped in a jock's body. Yeah. You put the dress up? Yeah. Okay, cool. California Girls. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that alliance a little bit later. I thought it was pretty cool, that alliance they had. But then Chrissy gets to talking, and you know, is she a firefighter too, or chief, a director, or something in the fire department?
Is Chrissy from Boston, New York?
True.
I ain't even looked it up.
What is Boston?
But that accent told me. Huh?
Boston, New York? Or you mean Boston?
No, Boston or New York. Like her accent.
I thought you were talking about, is she from Boston, New York? I'm like,
Chrissy is from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she's a fire lieutenant.
I agree.
Okay, Tony, don't get on here.
Bye. He a hater already, Tony. He a hater.
So they had a little bit of spotlight on Chrissy. Chrissy was like, I ain't gonna boss them around, but I'm gonna be their boss. I'm gonna tell them how they need to do. Let's bring this wood over here. Let's cut this bamboo. You get over here. You do this. You do that. And she's running her little tribe. You know.
She even had some cute interactions with Mitch, just being kind of like not like you could tell that she knows how to run things and like just connect with people and make them feel good. Seeing like the little hug she gave Mitch.
Yeah, I loved it. And let's see what happens next. So then we get to the green.
The butt doctor's tribe. Lula has the butt doctor.
Who's the doctor? I didn't catch that.
It's Cedric.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah, he did say yeah.
Well, he couldn't be giving BBLs.
No, colons. About colons.
Oh,
I do remember that.
Okay, I missed that part. So Green Tribe. Cedric
is a doctor. Yeah.
Cool. Green Tribe, they kind of here and there, but I know who ain't. She is Sai. Is it Say or Sai?
Say.
We was definitely calling her Sai all last night.
Definitely was calling her Sai.
Say.
And it's spelled like the weapon side that a lecturer from Marvel, she uses the size, and so that's why I thought
Didn't know that.
Everyone on that island said Say, and that's when it clicked for me.
So Say, ma'am, baby girl wasted no time. She said, y'all can chit chat and look up at the clouds and try to tell what time of day is if you want to, but there is business to be had, and I'm gonna make sure it's had. And so she went around trying to make sure who's aligning with her. And she went and pulled them in. Immediately was like, you, and you. You're with me. You on my team.
Baby, she said we is not wasting no time.
She literally said, this is my season. Immediately.
Listen, I was like, girl, you doing a lot. But I'm also not mad at it. Like, come on. We only got 20-some days, so let's get it rolling.
By the horns.
And it's funny, and it was such a fun dynamic to see it cut over to Stephanie, and Stephanie's like, hey, this season, I just want to sit on my hands. I just want to form relationships, just those bonds early on. I don't want to overplay or anything. I'm just going to sit on my hands. And Sai said, nah, we going. And if you don't want to play this game, I'm taking off without you. I'm leaving you in the dust.
And I know this conversation comes up later at Tribal, but it's crazy because Stephanie's not playing the game wrong. Like, you should try to build bonds. but maybe how she called herself building them just wasn't the best way. Well, she built them with Mary for sure.
I was about to say she built one bond.
Mary, you on a tightrope, fam.
Watch it.
Mary's gonna be straight. What you mean? Mary's gonna be cool.
Because they were trying to get out. Say,
you know, a matter of fact, she can go next. Sorry to that team, Eli. Sorry to your team. She on your team, ain't she?
Yeah, she on my team. You just want my draft to go, hurt you. And tough thing is,
you know what? Your team might just be out of there. I ain't gonna lie to you. You might definitely be out first.
Looking at the picks.
I got 2 Vula people on my draft, and they're talking together like, hey, we're kind of the underdog. Like, why are we together? Why couldn't we have like Star and Joe or someone like that? Just to have one athlete on their team. Shoot, the only one they got, it seemed like it was Kevin, and Kevin got a bum shoulder now.
Right, his shoulder did not been knocked out of socket, and he's not even giving he's not muscle. Like, I don't look at him and be like, oh yeah, you the muscle of the team. He's not Hercules, right? He's no Hunter. He's no Jonathan, Thor. Like, but
that's disrespectful. Eric literally just said he has the inflatable muscles. That's crazy, Eric. I can't believe you just said that. That's disrespectful.
Kevin is my guy. He is on my draft. I chose him first. But he is just not, the typical muscle machine that some of the other people got, right? But going back to
red shirted. He got injured.
No, he got red shirted.
Yes.
Oh man. So we got that going on, seeing the dynamics. We see Kevin, or not yet, but we see Mary and Stephanie kind of hitting it off a little bit. And it seemed like they were stuck in that same little corner the whole episode. I didn't see them
move. Didn't use the bathroom, didn't go look for an idol, didn't sit in a tree. No, they just sat in their spot.
Okay?
And that's why I was kind of sitting back. I just thought it just hit me. I was like, every time they went to them, they were sitting down.
They was on Facebook for friends.
Literally, like they were chilling. You would have thought they was on vacation, baby. They came to Fiji for vacation.
Yep.
And one of their vacations got cut very short. But moving on from that, then we get to Kevin versus Kyle. We get to see what they're up against. I honestly didn't really hear what the goal was for them to do, but I just saw them immediately grab rope out of the sand and just start pulling on it. Did you hear what they had to do?
Yeah, the challenge was essentially get all your supplies. So it's essentially get your machete, get your pot, and then be the first one to fill up the jug at the end and get your key.
Baby, right? They was working hard too. I said, Lord Jesus.
I liked, and I tweeted this from our pod account at Who All There for those listening. I tweeted, I like to see the different approaches where their minds went when it came to strategy and how to approach each, because there were different sections of it, right? So one way to get your rope to get your machete and then get your coconut. Then there was another strategy that you could employ to get the pot. And then there was another strategy in order how to do fill up your jug. And so to watch them in real time, like neck to neck, right next to each other and seeing how they do in different ways, I thought that was just so cool. Especially it was funny when they finally got to, because Kyle, honestly, I don't know if he was going to get that coconut if he hadn't seen Kevin with that coconut.
Listen, I would have been over there too, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I got the machete right here. It's locked. Y'all ain't say there's a lock.
Right. And once they got the coconut, he caught up to Kevin, who was trying to get his pot down. And he was like, you know what? It said by any means necessary. So he started chopping his thing. He said, but I ain't got time for this. By sheer force, he just cranked the thing down and broke the tree. I said, hey, it worked.
And it got him the lead.
And then you have Kevin on the opposite side. And he's like, I'm going to find a way. He got another bamboo stick. He's like using that. Because at first I was like, oh, that's super cool. That's what you should do. That's smart. Because he tried to climb like, boy, your shoulder already jacked up. What you trying to climb for? And that slippery bamboo, ain't nowhere in the world you climbing up there to get it. But he uses another stick to knock it off. And I thought that was cool. But then I couldn't do nothing but laugh when Kyle just snapped by force his out. And then, exactly. I thought that was kind of cool to see. But then they get to the water. Filling up his water, and Kyle was moving so fast, I didn't even see him break the thing or how he
Kyle was moving, okay?
How did he
He was
break?
working. He was determined.
How did he break the jug?
The pot he was holding just moving too fast and hit the lid or just hit the glass part and that glass broke.
Yeah.
Hey, any means necessary. I got the key first.
True.
Any means necessary. I'm fighting.
That's true.
So he knew he was done. So once his jug broke, that was it for him. And Kevin was still going. But you know what? This is the beauty in Survivor sometimes because we don't get to see moments like this. Instead of him being resentful and upset and just downtrodden, he decided to go help Kevin. He's like, I've seen what Kevin's been through in this game. Let me just go make his load easier. Let me just help him out. And I thought that was wonderful. I loved it. It was refreshing to see. And this act of kindness, I hope they both make it to the merge.
Exactly. Be like, hey, you remember?
Right. This could be
remember
the
back
buddy.
in the day.
Back in the day. You remember who was on that beat?
About 10 days ago. About 10 days ago.
Remember yonder.
Right. Because I was gonna beat you. If I had to crack my glass, I was gonna, So I hope that there's a start of a duo that we get to see.
Just for that, I hope they make the merge for sure.
Absolutely. So he helps Kevin finish. Kevin gets to take back all the supplies to his tribe and be the hero and redeem himself a little bit. Whereas Kyle has to go home and explain to his tribe he didn't get nothing. They obviously are excited to see. They're like, Kevin, he did it! Woo, superhero!
He almost had it. Hold on, Kevin this was the equivalent to me coming home Black Friday, like back in the day when you used to fight trying to get these big screen TVs. I almost had it. But then you know what? Something came and they snatched it out of my hand. They were like, oh, well, at least you tried.
Kyle, right. That was with Kyle. They were really gracious with Kyle when he told them. They were really sweet. He lied, told him he was a teacher. I'm like, smart man, don't tell me you're a lawyer. And they ate it up. Even David, he was like, I believe every word he's saying. I trust him.
I could tell if he was lying, and he ain't lying. Oh, that's always one of my favorite phrases in reality shows.
It is.
I could tell if you're being truthful.
And I love.
And you just lied to me, and I can't tell.
I love the juxtaposition of the edit. Whenever they lie, somebody's lying to, and then they go to the person like, "Oh, I know they telling the truth. I know they got my back."
That's one of my favorite edits. Top tier edit.
It's the best.
My favorite edit. Did not know.
History, I don't know, maybe y'all have some, but I want to say the most memorable edit was BB23 when Alyssa was talking to Azza and Derek F. She was like, I'm just starting to notice all the white people are gone in the house, and
that
I just need to know, am I next? And they were like, no, and then it cuts to their confessional
at the same time. Yes.
Hands down, one of the best, even though they were not talking about her in that way. That was not, they just spliced together them saying yes from something else. But the timing of it was just perfect edited. But he goes back and they're all accepting of it and whatnot. But also on this tribe, before he got back, they had showed us that David had started noticing some paintings on pictures on the trees. And so him and Mitch were like searching for things. They found a little rope or whatever. And when Kyle got back, he was like, all right, guys, here's this rope I found. So we need to find out what this goes to. And who was that? Was it Charity or was it?
It was Charity. Charity was like, why would he even tell us? That doesn't even make sense.
She was like, I wouldn't have said nothing. And she's right, because I wouldn't have said a darn thing. But he did. Apparently it's a group project. So I'm gonna have to dock some points.
Group projects work this episode. Group projects work this episode. I don't know. Every single group project there was, it benefited the group.
So I guess. And I was taken aback by it, but hey, he did what he did.
And shit, I was laughing. I'm surprised they didn't show any ramifications with Mitch saying, hey, we haven't worked. I think it was Mitch saying, we haven't worked on our shelter and now we're all on a scavenger hunt. Like, yeah, y'all got to get some shelter.
Literally, because why are we not prioritizing that? But when you got David and Chrissy, that can give directions and you got the muscle to do it, why were we? Oh,
we didn't sleeping on the sand for one night.
And David said that he can make fire with bamboo, and he didn't need the machete or the flint. So I guess that's why they were chilling, because he got all these skills. I don't think I would have told y'all that, but
I guess so.
Wouldn't have.
Speaking of making fire quick, back to the Green Tribe. Man, once Mary got that flint, she made that fire so fast. And she said, "Oh, I ain't never done this before," but she said, "Hey,
Girl,
I'm a natural."
I would have been like, "Ooh, how could I ever get so lucky?"
Right. Oh me. Oh my God. Thank the survivor gods. I got fired. The whole time I'm like, I do this in my sleep. Type deal. So going back to the Green Tribe, like Eli said, besides her making fire, Say decides that she's had enough sitting around the fire. It's time to go handle some business. And by business, she means we need to find some idols, baby, because there are idols to be found, and I am the one to be finding them. She's running this tribe like the Navy, okay? And she will not allow anybody to sit on their hands and knees. Well, the men anyway. She's like, all right, here are your orders. So you're gonna go over here to this. You go east, you go west.
She was marching up her house and then wait a minute. Come on, clockwork.
And it was so for me watching as a viewer, and us knowing how these games work, I was just cringing on the inside in nervousness. I'm like, girl,
me too.
You got to stop. You got to stop, because they're going to send you home, girl, but doing too much. But they end up finding something. They find her skills.
She found.
Yeah, right. She rightfully so. She finds. She's like,
well, shoot. She has all the boys to say, hey, we're going on an idol hunt. We can't let those two get it.
Yes. And so she finds something, and then she realizes she loses her vote, and she's freaking out. I can't lose my vote. I can't lose my vote. We gotta get this thing. I don't do math. I didn't come here to do math.
That would have been me.
It was 6 numbers. Say, what do you mean you can't do math? There's 6 numbers on a piece of paper, and you have a line that has letters on it.
Say.
That would have been me too, girl.
Them numbers will took me out too. I would have been like, Eric.
Like, no, I wouldn't be able to help you. I would like, girl, I wouldn't know a thing. Couldn't help you.
Listen, the way Say was recruiting everybody, like, and I would have been like, I don't know. And it was so funny to me when they finally figured out what it was, and she was just like, yeah, like she was really the one that
wrote in when it finally clicked for her, when she's like, oh, I have been noticing them weird colored paintings on the trees, and they're corresponding with colors and numbers on the thing. Why does girl say, oh, I thought those paintings were street names? Girl,
I feel that. Well, you get a little map, say you got to go Dolphin Way to the water. Like,
listen, Turtle Creek Road. Like, what are we doing here?
Girl.
Eagle Flight Lane.
I mean, that would make logical sense if she was in like America, but just Fiji, I don't think they'd have names like Turtle Creek.
But there were no words. You just saw pictures. You say a street name. Like, girl.
She was out of there.
But I love it.
Shoot.
And it's fun that we were talking about Say so much, because apparently she broke Tony's record for most confessionals in one episode with 21. She had 21.
What? Who is counting that?
There are people who can.
Is there somebody that have a talent? Let's see.
Well, no, that's an edit or whatever. Like, edit, you gotta like see who's getting all the confessionals and know who's going far.
That's true.
Yeah. And
I saw Bianca only got 1, and so do I think Bianca's going far?
I was like,
maybe
it'd be crazy, because who has Kyle? You have Kyle on your team, Eli? Or no,
I do. I got Kyle.
Do you? No, Josh got Kyle.
Oh, I got Cedric. Look at me confusing the black men. Josh got Kyle.
So based on edit, it's like, okay, so Say was the top one, and then Kevin and Kyle were the next top ones. I'm like, oh, final 3? Maybe. Who knows? With a Kevin win, of course. But I doubt
No.
it. We'll never see.
No.
We'll know soon, but well, not soon. We'll just figure it out eventually.
We will know soon because we will see him exit.
Actually,
Kevin.
my boy's kind of insulated on that note.
I was about to say he the golden retriever. What did Mary say? He's a golden retriever out here.
Listen, now y'all know the tides can turn in the
can.
course of an hour. So we gonna see. We gonna see.
Man, this guy was in the middle of this one and is about to be in the middle next week.
Yes, I don't see them targeting him at all.
Nah, I don't either.
But again, say she got her men on it. They helped her crack the code. She got her idol. So hard work pays off, guys, ladies, gentlemen, everyone. Hard work pays off. And despite what people may think, it does. And good for her. Kudos for her. Because you know what? Play hard. How many times do you get to play Survivor? Play it the way you want to play it. Go all out.
Go out in a blaze of glory. Rather do that than sitting on your hands.
Sitting on my hands. Okay. So after all of that, when we get to see Star on the outs in the Purple Tribe, because I was starting to see that, where is she at? She's not shining like the Star I thought she was going to be based on the previews for the season. And so she's out here looking for idols. Like, girl, I'm glad, like you should. But they said we haven't seen her in hours.
Girl, I said, I know you was not out there for hours.
Girl,
I know
what happened to 15-minute idol hunts or
yes.
add it on to you going to the bathroom?
I'm like, are you kidding me? You out there for hours, so I'm just worried for her too. Because they were like, well, she want to be out there. We all know the Survivor 101. You do not go off in these beginning stages all alone for long periods of time.
First day.
And apparently that's what she was doing. So unfortunately, the Purple Tribe, Lagi was like, if anything happens, she gotta go because we all like each other over here. We friends over here. So I was a little nervous for her on that part. But also, before we get to the mini challenge, California Girls Alliance.
Hey,
California
started.
girl.
How we feel about it?
It's a fun one. I like it.
Who all on the California Girls?
It's the boys.
Who all on?
That's Joe, Thomas, and Shaheen.
Yeah. They had a California.
It's a fun. Yeah, it's a
I don't hate
fun group.
And now next week might be a different
dominate kind of.
But I was like, now next week might be a different story. But for right now, I don't hate it. But everybody know when it comes to a male-dominated alliance, eventually I'm gonna hate it because Team Vulva. You know what I'm saying? So,
but we like that
joke the whole season. I really am. But I do like them so far.
What was it? It wasn't last season, but was it the season before? There was another men's like pairing, and we was like, we like y'all, this duo. We like y'all together.
I won't be able to pull it. Austin and Drew, I don't know.
Definitely not Drew.
No. I said no.
Definitely not him. Certainly not that one. But I feel like there was another one. Maybe it was just like, was it no, that wasn't Caleb. Hunter and who was Hunter's best friend?
Oh, it just got it was just.
Was it not Jake? I don't know.
It'll come back to us.
Yeah. We'll have to go back to the cast, but there was a group of men or a duo of guys because we were like, we don't normally mess with that because we know how it can be. But we was like, we like this one. This one we mess with.
I remember. It'll randomly pop in our head. Watch.
Right. So immunity challenge, y'all. It's all the same.
Hold on. Yeah. Wait, what? We got another obstacle course where you go over a net and then under a net and then do some knots, break a mask, get it some pieces.
And listen, something crazy happened.
What happened? A puzzle at the end? There's a puzzle. I'm sorry.
I know.
That's
never before seen.
Mind blowing.
And it's a new puzzle they've never done. The logo of the season.
Literally, like,
oh, this is mind blowing.
Season 48, nothing's topping it. Sorry, best season ever.
Oh man.
So they do what? Go ahead, Eli.
Oh, I was just about to say, going through the obstacle course, Purple gets the immediate lead because they're like, to put in NBA terms, they almost seem like they're just the super team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're the Heatles. LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. They got the people.
The Heatles?
The Heatles. And
is that what they call them?
They didn't at the time. They were the big three. Yeah, but looking back in history, they slowly turned into the Heatles. But shoot, they get an immediate lead. But right near the end, right before the puzzle, Orange starts to catch up. And Orange actually gets the lead right before the puzzle.
But then they start losing it, and Green Tribe, Byyyeee start catching up, right? Because they was behind. And it's like, well, Orange lost their lead on the Loggy and Byyyeee. Loggy, blown everybody, has kept the lead, in the lead, kept the momentum. Byyyeee lost their momentum. Now we got Siva coming back. And they did. Because at this point, I was like, oh, Lord. I text the group chat. I said, well, we all know I'm on the rocks because I forgot to mention. So before the challenge, they were talking about Charity. Orange Tribe was, and how she's just kind of distant. Nobody really has conversations with her, and how she was trying to paint a target on Kyle, but they really weren't down for that. And so
Camilla played her.
Camilla played her. She definitely did. And so Camilla was like, I'm here to cause chaos.
Listen, hold on.
I ain't mad at it.
Girl, I'm looking. Girl, she on my draft, ain't she? She on my draft.
Oh, she on your draft.
Yes, baby. Camilla, listen, okay, if y'all are new here, I love, especially women, I love a woman that's like a little villainous. I really do. So I really hope she like really leans into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I gotta run you over to get this check,
she's in there.
I'm gonna do it.
And what fun part about that tribe's dynamic is, Cal came back, of course, all down, but what? You realize that him and Camilla are soulmates. It's like, oh, we both Guyanese. We both love holes. Yeah. Like, we're meant to be.
We love holes.
They do. They love holes.
That's true.
So they had their little bonding little session and movies and different traits and things like that. So I thought that was cool.
It was cute or whatever.
It was, but it left Charity, who's on my draft, on the outs, looking like seemingly, from what I've seen. Going into that, had they tribal been tonight for the Orange Tribe, I 100% think Charity would have been.
Oh heck yeah! They formed a group of four or what? It was David, Camilla, Chrissy, and Kyle. Yeah, and the tough thing is I like that group of four, but I also like Charity. And
I like her too. She's standing by her medium well steak, and I'm gonna stand by it too. I don't care what y'all rare eating, blood drinking, steak eaters got to say.
I'll do a medium. I will do a medium, but a medium well.
Medium well burgers.
No,
medium well burgers.
No, that's
no. I'll do it. Give me like a medium. Okay, like not too well, but not too medium.
I said what I said.
Evan said he want a hamburger. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what steaks y'all be eating because y'all swear down. Oh, and this is only well done. Y'all, I'm not even saying I eat it well done. I said medium well. First of all, they don't be hard. Y'all be, you want to be chewing on the tire. My steaks be good. I eat mine in a couple bites. I don't know about y'all, but my steak don't be tired. It don't be chewed up. I eat mine real good.
Y'all seen the SNL sketch? Y'all seen the SNL sketch? That'd be Eric trying to cut that steak. This is
Eric cutting his steak.
I'm cutting this like butter. Whole table shaking.
Listen,
man.
My steaks be good. I'm gonna take it next time I get a steak. I'm gonna record it for y'all. And y'all know I don't believe in putting food on the social media.
Please do.
So I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna watch y'all slice. I'm gonna slice right on through it like butter.
Like butter.
But I thought so. I'm a Charity stan. Yep, I'm gonna give her some bail. I'm sending some donations to her charity. Yep, I stand with Charity. So they catch up, and Beulah loses. And at this point,
this was an all-time choke. This was an all-time choke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They had all the momentum, and you're running out of pieces. It's not like you're getting more pieces. You're down to like 8 pieces, and then suddenly you can't.
You should be getting better,
right?
And all of a sudden you can't push anything in. Your whole puzzle's like shifting, about to fall. It's ready to give up. It's like, oh yeah, orange, they're down about 7 pieces. It's over. No, green almost crashed out.
When they did crash out, because if you've seen the pan view of the camera, they had just a little bit of pieces. They still had half their top of their puzzle off, nowhere to be put. How in the world did y'all let them catch up?
They didn't get a piece in like 4 minutes.
No, they didn't.
Like if you think about it, real time, they probably didn't get a piece for that long.
No.
Like if I'm struggling that much, like at this point, I'm just be like, okay, let me just put some of the pieces on the ground, and let me just see. Like maybe you can see it better if it's laying flat.
There's words on there. There's words. I'll play out last.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know. Truly. It's like they never knew a puzzle was gonna happen. Like, come on.
Or it's just like they just
like we said, puzzles are shocking in this show. Who would have expected a puzzle at the end of an obstacle?
I mean, never before seen. You know what I'm saying?
You know, puzzles are puzzling like puzzles never puzzled before. Clearly. So yes, Beulah goes back empty-handed. They have lost, and now they must make a decision. Who they vote now? Going real quick. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, before we get to the vote, I just have one thing. I think Tony was talking about a few times that they cried this episode. And speaking of touching moments.
Yes, I forgot. Talk to us, Eli. What? Talk to us.
So one of the first times we saw Purple, we saw the growing connection of Eva, where of course she's autistic, and the first interaction we see with her in the tribe, man, she is Miss Bamboo Queen Getter.
Yeah.
And she was doing her thing and ends up establishing a relationship with Joe. Mm-hmm. And cut to a little bit later, we actually see her disclose her autism diagnosis, and is like, hey, I have this. You're the only person I'm telling. Mm-hmm. If I'm ever having an episode, just kind of walking him through her life, what she goes through, opening that door, and it was really cute.
Oh my God. Touching like no other.
Listen, if you're new here,
yes,
I hate sob stories. I do. I don't want to hear about your stories. I don't, and it's funny, I say this every time, but I'd be like, oh, that one story. Okay, I'm gonna be a hypocrite again. I was just like, okay, here she go, da. Spoiler alert, I do have a son that is autistic, right? But when she was talking to Joe and she says, okay, when I'm doing my hands like this, okay, you know, like when she's overwhelmed, like if you give me a few squeezes, it'll bring me back to my center. And when I tell you my heart melted, because my son is the same way, like if he's like, you know, like losing control a little bit, or he's just a little disheveled, I just give him squeezes and it's like it centers me. You know, like the sensory input is what he needs. You know, he's like, and I was just like, oh,
it was so touching.
I ain't gonna lie, my heart melted. It did.
And kudos
for
to
Joe to like take it in. Yes.
The empathy, the understanding. And the first thing he said was, how can I help you? When she, you know, how can I help? You know, and he was like, I'm gonna be here for her.
My heart just got warmed again. I ain't gonna even lie.
He said, even at the detriment of my own game, he said, because this could be my daughter. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help her in this game. And I'm just like, Joe.
See, this is why looks are deceiving, because I think Joe be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? like jockey a little bit. But oh my gosh, like an unlikely pair. Like if I would have just guessed, just off first thought, like, oh yeah, these two are gonna be a duo. I absolutely love these two, and I don't care at this point. Like I need y'all to get to the end, just for that moment alone.
Yeah.
Now who knows what happens next week? But I really do like them.
Look me talking about my draft. Not
specifically
too close,
Joe. Right, Joe, that look like Joe right there. That look like Joe.
Not too close, but Close enough. I want them to make a deep run. As long as my
Yes.
people making a deep run.
I want them to make it to merge for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. So shout out to these beautiful moments of, you know.
They did it right.
They did it
They
right.
didn't do it because, you know, sometimes they like lay it on too thick and they do too much. I'd be like, all right, to the game. But they did just enough, especially to get us to have, you know, to make a connection with these people. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, I be forgetting people's names. It'd be 13 episodes in, and I'd be like, who is this? But they definitely made a name for themselves, and I do know who Joe and Eva are. So that was.
And I think it definitely, we saw the, I guess I don't want to say game ramifications of it, but we even see the California girls get together and talk about, oh, who's their fourth going to be? And Thomas is kind of like, I want Bianca. And it ends up kind of being Eva being that extra +1. And it was cool to see, hey, Thomas kind of got that, or not Thomas, Joe kind of established that connection. And you can kind of tell that it's real for him looking out for her like that.
Yeah, I love it. More than more. That's all right. Thanks for stopping in, Carrie. So yeah, I truly appreciated it for sure. Like we seeing these people so like this is so you're just a really good person in real life because I know me going into these shows like I'm there to win and whatever needs to happen. But I love when there are pockets. They're small, albeit small pockets in these games where it allows you to put the game to the side just for a second.
Now, Survivor. We said pockets, okay? Not too much. Just a little sprinkle, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes they overdo
players. If you find and recognize these pockets, it's okay. Like I remember when Kenzie did this for old dude with the rock star who was having panic attacks. I believe she took herself outside of the game to help him work through those panic attacks. So moments like those, like small pockets in the game, I believe are those moments when you can put it aside and be your genuine self. If your genuine self is to help. Now, if that ain't you, then you ain't gonna help them regardless if it's a game or not. But I love seeing that we can by you doing what you did, what Kyle did for Kevin, what Joe did for Eva, that shows your character. And I thought that was really nice to see. So back to who was going home potentially.
Back to negativity. There's our talking about all the joy, beautiful parts of Survivor. All right, now back to kicking people out.
Right. So Say immediately was like, Well, Stephanie got back. I'm so sorry. I know it was my fault. Trying to build up a sob story. What I saw it as to try to divert. I know I was on there. I should have did better. You can't be volunteering. And everyone's like, oh no, you're okay. You're good. Say get back with me. I don't want to hear it. You should have got yourself up there. You knew you couldn't do no puzzle.
Shoot, speaking of pouncing, Mary did the same. Mary went up talking to Justin like, hey, me and Stephanie, we gotta get Say out of here. We can have no one that's untrustworthy doing too much, not sitting on their hands. We want to sit on our hands over here.
Listen.
And go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Listen, Mary, Steph, y'all been sitting in this corner ready to do this whole brigade against Say.
Yes.
Y'all the only two in that corner. That's where you went wrong. You in a corner by yourself. You need more than 2 votes, fam. Yeah. Oh Lord. And then well, getting ahead, we know Stephanie played her what's it called? Shot in the dark, but Lord Jesus. Get out that corner.
Go ahead, Eli. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say what gave me a little bit of hope for them though was Justin lying to Say.
Yes.
Boy, I was just like, I ain't doing what I'm
because so after like they mentioned, so Mary was adamant about getting out Say, right? So they pulled Justin aside and was telling like Say doing this, and this, and he was like, oh yeah, I thought he was playing him a little bit because he was like, I agree with they saying Say is playing a little bit fast and a little bit hard, but she did disclose, information with me, and she's showing that she wants to work with me. So I appreciate that. But then he get back to what Say is at, and she's like, She's so on it. I love the girl.
Clocked it.
She says, so what y'all talk about? Oh, no, they didn't say much. She was just saying, oh, how she feel, this and this and that. What did he say? What was it?
We about to go to tribal council.
Sense.
She didn't say much.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty much what she's like. Said, we're going to tribal council and they ain't really. And so was it Cedric? Not Cedric. No, it was Cedric, wasn't it? Yes. He was like, so what did they say? That's, and he didn't have an answer really. And so I looked at her eyes, and so she was like, so no other conversation, no, okay. And
they got up from their spot and didn't talk to you about no game.
No game. And so she said, so
no vote, nothing.
Let's just be clear. Are we still close? Are we all still good? That's what she said. Because I said she clocked it. So
she very real.
We all still
like, oh.
Right. So I'm glad that she felt that. Because, sometimes people just be in the mix and just don't hear or don't see. Yep. And how many times do I tell you, one of the better skills that you can learn sometimes is to listen to what one is not saying. You can they can talk and say this all day, but what are you not saying? It's sometimes more important than what you are saying. And so I believe she picked up on that. She was like, something in your stance ain't even right. You standing crooked. You didn't even stand like that.
Just saying stuff. That's like something I say for real. Look at you standing guilty.
Because he was. Did he not come back looking guilty?
He did.
Like, your hair wasn't even in a ponytail when you left. Why you tying your hair up in a ponytail when you got?
Because it was sweating. It was hot. Because them lies was cooking under their neck.
You got to plotting and planning, so you got to get your hair out of your face so you can start plotting and planning right.
Yep.
And so I was nervous. Oh, I was nervous because of that lie. And so, well, again, I mean, it's his game. He don't have to tell everything. And then when him and Kevin got together and they started talking. It was like, oh yeah, Say doing we maybe need to get out Say. Because that idol I don't have the idol. And if we get it out, it gets replanted and we can move from there. I'm like, oh, our good sister is cooked like a goose. I just knew it was over for her then. And they get to tribal council. And I started getting even more scared for her because her and Steph got in a little tiff about the stars in the sky.
Not in the first.
She said, well, you need to stop looking at the stars. And then she said, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
She said, I'm an air sign. There you go, talking about the stars again.
Yes. And yeah, the air sign. First of all, Jeff was like, what they got to do with the game? You talking about all these signs. What does that mean? What they got to do with anything? And so she was like, yeah, I don't get along with other air signs. I don't get along with people doing this. I'm like, oh, she's going to tell y'all right now. I don't like you. She might as well just told Stephanie, just called her by name. Like, girl, I ain't feeling you. You ain't my cup of tea at all. And I want you to
because in the very beginning of the episode, I was like, man, I know it's unlikely, but it'd be cool if those two would work together. Because they seem like they're playing so like completely different games. And I love it when two people like that like team up. And I was just like, well, that didn't last long.
Man, can I give y'all an analogy that I thought of about those two?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Of course, I love me some musicals, and I'm gonna reference the most obvious musical, one of the biggest, Hamilton. This felt like Aaron Burr is always waiting for it, sitting on their hands. That's Stephanie. Yeah. And Alexander Hamilton keeps going for everything and getting what he wants. And Alexander Hamilton ends up being remembered more in history than Aaron Burr. But I don't know. Though Aaron Burr shot Hamilton in that movie, sorry to spoil, in that play.
Not the spoilers.
So,
I mean, there are so many sayings. The early bird gets the worm. Those who idle hands do something. There are so many sayings that we could think of. Like, those who go after it, the world belongs to those who go at what y'all know what I'm saying. There are so many things out there in quotes about people who actively chase after stuff or try to go after what they want and think, and that was the case that was true here. And they got into a little, not an argument, but a disagreement because she was like, I just don't feel like I have to be out here doing that. I can sit down here. I can look at the stars if I want to. If I want to count everyone name them, I can do that. If I want to sit back and relax on this beach, I'm going to do that and build bonds because sometimes the environment, and this is how she thought she had the game on lock. Stephanie, other people in this tribe think the way I think. And so it's okay for us to sit back and just kind of build and get to know each other. And and then you have our girl says like, well, I just believe that you want to play the debate, you need to be out here. You need to play the game. You here to play the game. You to come to sit on your behind. You came here to play Survivor, and you need to give it everything you can. And Kevin was like, I agree with both of these people. Sometimes you do gotta, for the experience, just take it in and enjoy it. But other times you do gotta play the game. And so neither of them are wrong. Neither of them are necessarily right. But how you play the game will dictate your future in the game.
That's
and
true.
It was time to vote. I honestly,
real quick one.
I honestly thought Say was up out of there though. I thought they was ready to play her. And when Say said, first of all, her gut, keep listening to
her gut.
Listening to your gut, Say, because she went in there and to her to go write down the name, she said, I have a feeling she gonna use that shot in the dark.
Yep, she sure did.
I said,
like, she gonna use this. Like, nah. She put it out. I said, oh, okay.
I was like, wow. And it's so crazy. She did start scratching her stomach or pointing to her stomach when she did go do the. I don't know if that was any indication. We have to ask her about this, but she did at least was touching her stomach and like was making an added moment when she did go get her thing. So I don't know if that was her telling, like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it in my gut that I didn't have to do my idol. But even when she did do that, I was like, what if this is a ruse? What if they've talked about it? It was like, we want her to still be comfortable and think I'm going home, so I'm going to use my shot in the dark, and y'all still vote her out.
I was ready to come in here and say, man, Stephanie's brilliant, because say Justin and Kevin flip, that means, it's 3-2, they vote out Say. Her vote isn't needed in this scenario if the two guys flip. So it's like, hey, might as well make sure I'm safe if they go after me. If they vote out Say, I'm good regardless. My vote doesn't matter. So I was ready to sing her praises.
And so I just didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't.
Yeah, that was I don't know who's going home.
It is what it is, but
it's either one or two.
That was the only options, and Stephanie went home, and she just did not. And after that exchange, it just felt a little bit. I didn't like the energy. Some of it was kind of like, "You fit to go home tonight, girl." Like you.
It was a little snarky.
It was, and I was like, I didn't want Say to go home with that idol in her pocket.
You never want to go home with an idol in your pocket.
So, never. But Steph went home. Say it safe for now.
Yep.
And Treese, who was the first casualty of the draft?
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Matter of fact, it could be you.
Couldn't be me.
It is you.
Eli has lost his first member of the draft. Stephanie.
Man, Stephanie wasn't even an all. Shout out Stephanie. She wasn't an all-star pick. Right. I got Star and Mary. I'm good.
Mary, you in trouble, girl. You in trouble. The rest of the tribe is aligned, but you're in trouble, fam. She better hope they probably gonna put an idol out there for her. She gonna be walking. They're gonna be like, "Hey, do you see that over there in that tree?"
But Say already got
that. Be giving hints.
I think she'll be all right.
They be giving hints. They gonna throw another one out there. They're gonna be like, "Hey, you see that?"
Special twist. There's 2 idols for the tribe.
Right.
Tough thing is, I'm trying to think of a challenge they could win, and of course, it's Survivor. Anyone can win any challenge, but man, the moment thinking of the Purple Tribe, they're going to be able to sit someone out, and that someone is going to be Bianca or Thomas. And so, not saying they're going to get stronger from that, but they'll be so much stronger from that.
You got it. Sorry. You already knew Tevin and Hunter. That's exactly who we're talking about.
Oh my God. Yes.
Tony about 30 minutes behind. So when you catch up, Tony, shout out to you.
Yes, you're right. I was going to say, you must have rewind.
I love it. Thanks, Tony. Tevin, and shout out to Tevin, because I love Tevin, and he is killing it over there on Instagram as Madam President Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
With the little, he did a Hamilton bop, like did you see it? Oh, you're not on Instagram, Eli, but you would appreciate it. I'll have to send it to you. He remixed. You got the song.
Mm-hmm.
He remixed it with
that.
like political. It was really good. He did a really great job.
Hilarious.
But y'all, that was our recap for the premiere of Survivor 48. I thought it was really good, although dry and a little boring sometimes, but good nonetheless.
It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
A fun cast of I don't think there's a single person I dislike in this cast, unless John Eric seemed like I said, but that's not their fault. So
that's true.
Everyone's fun. Everyone's fun.
If Kevin was on my draft, I'd be rooting for him right now, honestly.
Y'all are sick in the head. I need y'all to know that. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's here and watching and tuning in. We appreciate you. And those in the chat. We will be back next week, same time, Wednesday, to recap the next episode. We'll also be back Monday for the Traders, because Traders has another episode.
Traders is wrapping up soon.
It is wrapping up soon, but we'll be back Monday to record the Traders. Yes, Mary, you late, friend.
Hey,
it's
Mary.
All right.
It's all right. Roll it back, girl. Roll it back.
But yeah, overall, great episode. Who we think going home next? I know it's hard. We can't really tell, but if we had to guess.
Charity or Sai? Or say, sorry. Charity or Say. I think it's between those two.
Yeah, or Star. Don't forget Star.
They look. I'm telling y'all, they are not losing. They are not losing. And maybe that is me trying to keep Star in this game, but they are not losing.
Yeah, girl. Listen, Star, you got some time to like get those relationships together, because luckily you have a pretty good team. So
true. But I'm with Eli. It's either Charity or Say. Now Say uses the idol, then Mary.
She better use that idol. Yeah. Feel an itch. Use it.
That part.
Live to see another day.
Thank you all once again for tuning in with us on this night for the premiere of Survivor 48. We're excited for this season. It looks promising. If you're new here, please make sure you go to YouTube. We need y'all. We are at 427. Let's get us to 500. Please go subscribe. Please subscribe, and tell your mama, auntie, uncles, cousins, and friends to subscribe as well. And then follow us on Twitter if you're watching on Twitter, or if you have Twitter or Instagram, follow us at AWAGBT there. And then make sure you turn on those notifications so you always know when we got something coming out. Y'all go be blessed and wonderful and have an incredible night. And we'll see y'all very soon.
Bye, y'all.
We out.
Peace.